What is up, everyone? I am Don Mystic, and this is the Wrestling Godfatherz podcast, and I am here with Don Melrose.
Shout out Barry Melrose. Enjoy retirement, buddy. Wishing you the best.
Yeah. All right. So we're gonna start out. We're gonna get right into this because somebody wants to end this before a certain amount of time. Somebody holding a Shawn Michaels pop, but who could it possibly be?
Possibly.
Who? I mean, tell me who it is without telling me who it is, right?
Exactly.
Anyways, so first up, we're gonna get right into it.
Let's get into it.
Fastlane recap, baby.
Vroom,
Vroom.
vroom, vroom.
But I mean, we did pretty good this
Yeah,
PLE. I do believe that most of the matches weren't that like they.
there was
It'd be
little room
shocking
for
if we were wrong.
surprises.
Yeah,
There was little room
that's
for
good. That's good. I
surprises.
like that, sir. I like that. You are a creative man.
This is That's what. Hey, they don't pay me the big bucks for nothing.
They don't pay you the big bucks, but you're all like, yeah. I said they don't pay me the big bucks,
For nothing.
but anyway. So the first match we're gonna talk about is actually the one I got wrong. Um, LWO versus the Street Profits. Now, to be fair, in our defense, we had no fucking clue. If we had known Carlito was going to be there, let's
It
face it,
changes the game.
yeah, it changes things 100%. It turns things completely around because you're not going to have Carlito come in out of
and
nowhere
and
and
get
lose.
loose. Yeah, exactly. So,
And
and by the way, that's like the only surprise on the show. To be fair,
not the only surprise. Not the only surprise.
it's not the only
We'll
surprise,
we'll,
but
we'll,
it
we'll get
was
into it.
it was the only surprise that had no. There was no way of forecasting that unless you were, Paul
Unless you were
Levesque.
part of the
Unless, yeah,
WWE creative team.
yeah, unless you're Paul Levesque, who probably called Carlito personally and was like, "We're
Hey
ready
man,
for you, buddy.
you doing anything this week?
All right, doing anything tomorrow?
Want to
All right,
hang out with Rey Mysterio for a little while?
make a couple $100,000. I'd
Yeah,
do it.
I wonder if this means he's back.
God, I hope. I hope he is. And it doesn't even like I hope he is. And look, I hope it's like kind of like that run Edge sort of got where we see him in spots so you can still cheer for him and still get excited and he's working meaningful matches. I don't want to see him in like, oh, he's a legend. Now we're introducing this young bull who's going to take out all these legends, and you just feed the old timers to him. Kind of like how
Dude,
Randy Orton started. By the way, that's why it took me years to respect Randy Orton. Not because he was like I know the guy or anything. I'm sure he's respectable, but I hated the legend killer gimmick and where they just fed him older legends just to get him over. I thought that was cheap, and I like how they didn't do that with Carlito. They could have easily had Carlito come out, and then he could have put over. He could have Street Profits, right? Montez Ford. He could put him over really strong. But I like how he came out. He was a difference maker. And the LWO got the win because now that sets Carlito up looking good, looking strong. He's yoked, right?
yeah.
So he could
And
have a
I
nice
do
little
think
run
that
here.
we're going to see a little bit of Carlito. I really do. Here's why: because they've kind of set Santos up for maybe leaving the LWO.
Oh,
Maybe
I see what
like
you're saying.
because they have him like kind of at odds with Ray for trying to trying for the U.S. title. So maybe he leaves, or maybe there's a little dissension or whatever the word is. I
Yeah.
think that's the word. But anyways,
But
maybe
I
there's a
liked it.
little a little rivalry going on there, and he ends up leaving. Carlito takes his spot. I mean,
You could, but I could also see where Carlito becomes that, like now you have Carlito and Ray who are bona fide. Ray's a bona fide Hall of Famer. Carlito's definitely I don't know if Hall of Fame, but
I think
but
if
he
yeah,
is.
if he can put together a solid run,
Oh yeah,
he's in.
definitely,
He's in.
definitely. And well, hold on. WWE does their Hall of Fame is sort of weird in that in some occasions they
You'll
consider
throw in
work.
people like, what the
Well,
fuck?
yeah, obviously, but they'll
Snoop
consider
Dogg, what the fuck?
yeah, they'll consider work you've done elsewhere. And Carlito, though he'd been off TV here, or at least WWE TV for a while, wasn't like he was sitting around doing nothing. So he's obviously huge in Puerto Rico. He is the son of a incredibly famous promoter. So I am pretty sure that the totality of his work, that's justified. So you have Ray, you have Carlito, but what I'm saying is like you have the LWO now set up to where now they have a bona fide enforcer because he's fucking huge now, and he can work, and he could get on the mic, and he has his look. He looks like like before he had that kind of like baby face with his, kind of like Caribbean cool fro. Now I look at him, I'm like, this man's he looked like he was gonna punch Montez Ford for real and just knock him the fuck out. You know what I mean?
Like
He
he's
looks
like
intense.
right now he's the type of person who looks like he could look me in the eye, say, I'm gonna fuck your mother, do it, and I couldn't do anything about it.
Exactly.
I mean,
Yeah.
to be fair, he probably was like that before that.
Oh yeah, no,
But
dude.
I'm
I
weak,
heard
motherfucker.
on
I'm
the
weak.
dirt sheets, I heard he got so much tail, especially from the divas, because like I guess he was like very popular with them.
Well, I mean, that's probably why he got so much heat in the back of the locker room. All the other guys are like, "What the fuck, man?"
He's
there's
Caribbean
a
cool.
He was Caribbean cool, and he spits in the face of people who don't want to be cool. Anyways,
Yeah, but it was a
the
good
point
match.
is,
I liked it.
that was a loss for the both of us. We could not see Carlito coming back. Like we could not. We did not have we do not have a magic 8 ball that
Exactly.
that is that accurate. But
Exactly.
yeah. So that's really the only one that both of us got wrong.
Yeah, and it was a good match, by the way. I liked it. I like how they integrated the spot with Zelina Vega. She was able to not even up the odds totally, but Montez Ford got away with a little illegal attacking of her partner or of one of the LWO partners. I believe it was of Santos because Ray, I think, was in the ring. So she just said, all right, well, now I'm going to hit you with a move off the apron just to even up those odds. I thought they played it well. I liked the match. That match in particular, I liked. I think I liked it better uh than the opener, but I don't know when you want to talk about that one. So I'll just say I liked it.
And this does set up Bobby Lashley for maybe like having a different set of dudes vying
Or
to be.
yeah, or could you imagine Bobby Lashley versus Carlito? That could be a good matchup. I could definitely see that.
Yeah, but here's the thing, like I feel like that one you have to put over like
Lashley.
Carlito, because no, I think you have to put over Carlito because he's just come back. He's
Yeah.
he's gonna be the hot guy, and then if you keep having Lashley, get his
Yeah.
shit took in. I mean, he like if you keep having basically play jobber, how are you going to get his faction over as a legitimate threat? So that's the only thing. That's the only reason I would like
No,
be
I feel you.
hesitant on that one. They got to what I would do is I would throw realistically, I would throw Grayson Waller at Carlito and have him just like beat the living shit out of him because that's what people want to see. Grayson Waller, they want to see him get the shit
Yeah.
like beaten out of him,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then
yeah.
maybe throw. Well, I guess we've already done Austin Theory against Bobby Lashley, and he's already gotten the shit beat out of him many times. But
They want to see a triple threat between Gunther. No, they want to see a 3-on-1 handicap. Gunther, Carlito, and Bobby Lashley versus Austin Theory.
that would draw money, man. I'm just saying.
It would. And
No,
you know
no, no,
what?
no, no.
Austin,
Not
poor
even
Austin
Bobby
Theory.
Lashley. Not even against Austin Theory because no one gives a shit about Austin Theory. Against Grayson Waller because dude, he has so much more heat than Austin Theory because he's got a huge fucking mouth.
Grayson Waller, Austin Theory.
Grayson,
Hold on. Winner must perform a fatality.
No. But I'm gonna say right now, and you're gonna think I'm nuts, but I'm gonna say it right now, and just listen. Grayson Waller is gonna be the next fucking LA Knight because he's that good on the mic. He's that good at riling people up. Yes. And then here's what's gonna happen: people are gonna get behind him because he talks so much smack, and then he's gonna make a fucking face turn. It's a fucking play-by-play look. It's the same way they got freaking The Rock over. You make the crowd absolutely hate him, and then when he turns, they will love him. I guarantee it. Put money on it, baby. Put money on it, baby.
Tell you what. I'm not gonna poo-poo your idea. We'll just see if it plays out.
Which is your way of saying I'm gonna poo-poo it the second we stop recording.
Oh yeah, I'll be like this. I'm gonna lay in bed tonight and be like, "Can you believe this motherfucker said that on a real ass podcast?"
Yeah, I can because it's true. Anyways, all right, let's move on to Judgment Day versus Jay and Cody. This is the other one where somebody got it wrong, but not me.
Yep.
And I'm gonna be fair about this. I should have gotten it wrong, but I only took Jay and Cody because I wanted us to have one different, and I was so sure that we were gonna get them all the other ones were gonna be the same. And by the way, I was 100% right on that.
Yeah.
But so I just took this one, like for us to have a different opinion on one, and I got lucky. I win.
yeah. I will say though, I thought the match was good. I thought it could have been better. I thought the thing that made the match sorry, I'm laughing. So I think what could have made the match better is the timing of Jey Uso. I thought Jay was just a half second off. And like the match wasn't bad. It wasn't like it was like Botch City or anything like that. Just it felt like Jay was either a second late or a second early on multiple occasions, and it almost looked like he didn't have his ring timing down, like because literally he wrestles Roman, he quits, takes 2 weeks off TV, comes back, but does promos, not a whole lot of in-ring other than just some being jumped. And for a match back, I thought it was fine, but the cohesion when he wrestles with his brother in a tag match, that cohesion wasn't there. And
that's
maybe
because he's been wrestling with him forever.
No, but that's what I'm saying is the level I expected Jey Uso to be at, he appeared not to be. Now it also could be, it could maybe be that maybe Cody is a step slower than Jimmy, so that's why it was harder for Jay to sync up his.
Don't you remember his?
No, I know. When he runs to the ring, that guy is just trying not to blow out his hamstrings.
Both hamstrings, all Vince McMahon.
Oh my God, those that wasn't hamstrings; those were quads. I think he tore both his quads.
Whatever, he's old.
Yeah, but I thought the match just was just a twinge off. Not in that it was bad. I just felt I remember at the end of it, I was like, I almost, because you texted me, you're like, if anything major happens, let me know. I was like, all right. And I was almost like, is this considered major? But then would it be petty if I was like, the match itself, just certain spots didn't work as cleanly as I thought. And I had a realization during the match, which was if the Judgment Day win, then Damian Priest, I doubt, cashes in, because I don't think they want Damian Priest to have 2 belts, right? Because they're just barely trying to recover this from Roman Reigns, having 2 belts and not losing any of them. So I was like, okay, so they have to get the tag titles off of Judgment Day. But then why put it on Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso? because they're not a full-on team, and they're not really going to spend much time in the tag division. I doubt Cody's going to go to WrestleMania and be, uh, wanting to finish his story as a tag team matchup, right? You get what I'm saying?
I'm a little scared that they're gonna have the Roman versus Rock match and just say fuck the Cody Rhodes storyline. I mean, they'll still. I still think he'll eventually get the belt down the line. But if they don't take the belt off of Roman with Cody, people are gonna be pissed.
Yeah, but
And it needs to be a big moment, like at one of their big pay-per-views.
right.
So I think he might actually take it off of him at Royal Rumble.
Yeah, no, but hear me out though. But when Cody, I don't see him being both tag champion and
No. I think he'll lose it. I don't think they're gonna have a long run by any stretch.
No, but
look at Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. They didn't have a long run.
No, but that's what I'm saying is Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, at least part of that whole winning the tag belts was trying to disarm the bloodline, right? Yeah. And then they got taken by the Judgment Day because Judgment Day is a faction. But because Senor Money in the Bank, Damian Priest,
I get what you're saying. I get they're not a tag team.
Exactly. And that's why I
think wrestler. Well, Jay, but I mean, like they together are not a tag team, but they've done this before, WWE.
Right, but I hate when they do this because it devalues the tag team ranks. If it were up,
let's face facts. WWE does not give a flying fuck about the tag team belts. They haven't for a very long time.
No, they haven't since they took it off the Usos. Because when they had it on the Usos...
Well, no. I don't even think they cared about it when they had it on the Usos. If they cared about the tag team belts, they'd have a much better tag team division. That's just how it is. The reason they kept it on the Usos for so long is because they didn't... Other than Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, there was no one good enough to take it off of them, except for the Judgment Day, but they were doing their own shit at the time.
Right. Okay, I could see that.
I mean, you can't. I mean, who are you going to give it to? The Viking Raiders? Although I would like to see Alpha Academy get them. But,
yeah. Well, the Viking Raiders, that one dude is just ever since he started backflipping off the top rope, seems a little bit cooler. Although
until he fucking pulls a fucking Brock Lesnar on Kurt Angle and almost kills himself. But I mean, it'll be a little bit funnier because he's fat though.
Not jacked up.
Hey, as a fat man, I can say that. All right. That's fat on fat crime, and it's all right. Anyways, let's move on because
but good match overall.
And I do want to throw in one more thing. I think this is basically them just kind of giving Cody something to do until they do put the belt on him.
Oh, I think they're trying to waste time with Cody and Jay. Because the real plan for Jay, I think, is Jimmy at WrestleMania.
Yeah,
the plan for Cody is Roman.
This last time, I kind of called this a while back, and you reminded me of it because I didn't even remember last week. But yeah, they blew their load too quick.
Well, yeah, especially with Jimmy and Jay. Although in hindsight, maybe they should have had Cody win at WrestleMania, and then
no shit, dude.
And then you wouldn't have this issue.
We've known this shit a long time ago. We could have already been done with this goddamn storyline by now. We could have had main event Jay Uso. We could have had this shit a long time ago.
We could have, but you know what? I am enjoying Cody. I'm enjoying Cody more this lead up to WrestleMania than last, because last everyone was like he tore his pec, he disappeared till Royal Rumble. You know what I mean? It was almost
here's the thing though, that match he did after he tore his pec with Seth Rollins.
Yeah, incredible.
Yeah. So I mean, if he didn't tear his pec and if he didn't go off, we wouldn't have gotten that match.
So. Right, but it felt like Cody came in super hot, tore his pec, steps out for 3 or 4 months, and all of a sudden returns like a fucking meteor. now it feels like, all right, now he's working the mic, he's working matches. He's chronically a pain in the side of Dominic Mysterio because he's always
which is
doing things
always
as
fun.
well.
But like, and I mean, the fact that he won 2 out of 3 on the Beast and got the handshake. I mean, that's one hell of a.
Unscripted, unprompted, as some internet
Who who
bozos
the
like to cry about.
who the fuck cares?
Oh
It's
my
it,
god.
it was a great moment in wrestling history.
You know who cares? Tony fucking Khan. I bet he was leading the charge.
He's like, you know what? I wouldn't be surprised if he was in his fucking room under some
His super
alias
mansion.
in a WWE chat room. This was unscripted and I didn't enjoy it. Please bring back Vince McMahon. He is a visionary.
Oh, Tony. Oh, here's the thing. Tony Khan also appears on the sidelines of most Jaguar games. I've noticed because for those that don't know, his dad owns the Jacksonville Jaguars and also owns like I forget. He owns like a Premier League team, but I think he even owns Tottenham. Right. So the point is, the Khan family, because they own both soccer and American football teams, they're able to send the Jaguars to London twice a year. And but Tony, that's the connection for anyone wondering why I mentioned seeing him on the sidelines. But yeah, when you come from that kind of money, you probably don't even have an alias. You just have one of your helpers, purchase it, and so it doesn't look like it's your name, but
Whatever.
yeah,
Helpers,
it's just a joke.
slaves, whatever you want to call it. Girlfriend off of Epstein's Island.
Now that's wrong.
That's wrong. I agree. How dare you, Tony Khan?
Tony Khan might be a lot of things, a cokehead, a fanboy, a ring rat. He might be a lot of things, but god damn it, a molester he probably is not.
I like that. He probably is not.
No, I don't want to be sued.
Check his hard drive.
Liable. No, well, whatever. No, let's not get drastic. Let's not check anyone's hard drive here. I'm not one to be throwing stones.
You're like, I want to be cracking my glass house there, motherfucker.
I know. Anyways, I swear to God, people would be like, really? You type that into a search bar? That's curious. I want to know what it looked like. I didn't know.
Like here's the thing, though. I typed like really, like not even like bad shit, but just really weird shit into like my type bar, because half the time my dad's like, hey, Google what the symptoms are, because he's afraid he's got like some freaking disease from the Uganda or some shit like that. Anyways,
Scyphilophagus
Io Sky, Asuka, and Charlotte Flair. Again,
cool. I enjoyed the match. Cool.
It was a good match, and I mean, I was scared that they might put it on Charlotte again, because anytime Charlotte is anywhere near a freaking belt,
we have PTSD with Charlotte and belts.
We have PTSD, yes, poop traumatic stress disorder from the shitty ass booking that WWE keeps doing, because they keep putting the belt on her because they want her to beat her dad's record. I'm like, you have plenty of, she eventually will, but you don't have to fucking do it all in like 2 years. All right. I mean, yeah, so I'm happy they kept it on EO. We both picked EO, although I think we were both like terrified that they were going to put it on Charlotte, but we both ended up taking EO. We got that one right. Even though they're keeping the belt on EO, I really hope they start booking her a little bit better.
Yeah, I hope she gets. I want to see her get a run against like Raquel Rodriguez, against Zelina Vega. Like give her
Keep her the fuck away away from what was her name, Nia Jax, so she doesn't get hurt.
Yeah. Keep her away from Nia.
Did Nia Jax actually hurt Rhea Ripley, or was that just kayfabe?
I'm gonna be honest. I think it was both. I think it was mostly kayfabe, and I'm sure she was a little sore, but I think she was on vacation because during that time, I don't even know if I follow the real Ripley on Instagram. I follow, I think, a fan account.
I follow
And
a Rhea Ripley.
yes, someone, right? And they do a lot of reposting of other posts which probably come from her. And it, like, she's on the beach with like her boyfriend, or no, her fiance, Buddy Matthews, like they're like eating like food and shit. So it appeared she was on a perfectly normal vacation. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I would say, yeah, I'm sure some of it hurts because, how can it not? But I think it was more time off than it was actual, physical ailment.
Okay.
And
Well,
it was only 2 weeks. People were freaking out. People, like, when's she coming back? It's like, give the girl 2 weeks. I mean, fuck, she's a human being.
yeah.
She just got proposed to. I think she kind of wants to see the motherfucker. No one wants to get married fucking
Maybe.
blind.
You never know. You get that ring on your finger, and all of a sudden shit changes.
Oh my god. I watched a thing, and it was Scarlett and Shotzi, Dominic, and Rhea in this like haunted jail thing. And that gave me the heebie-jeebies, but I was like, fuck. But Dominic and Rhea were like both like not having it. They were pretty much like, can we go? Like, you could tell they were scared. And I'm like, you guys are in the Judgment Day. Your literal fucking intro is filled with like druids and like skulls and shit. And look at both of them. All their tattoos have like skulls and they're like metal as shit. And they're the scared ones. And Shotzi and Charlotte are like, oh, let's go inside the prison. Let's talk to it. Funny juxtaposition.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, yeah. Oh yeah, to get the belt off Damian Priest. I know where I'm going back. I know we're on Io Sky, but hold on one sec. For Damian Priest to win the belt, I think they had to get it off. So at some point, Judgment Day had to lose, and what a perfect way, because it sets up more drama between JD McDonough and Damian Priest. All right, Io Sky. I'd love to see her now get away from Charlotte Flair, put together some matches. Yes, we know Flair's going to win it back at some point. But let's let Io get some run, and then I'd love to see just a really good program, like a solid build from Royal Rumble to WrestleMania with Io Sky and Asuka, and then I just want them to go super insane at Mania, and whoever wins. Best woman wins. Yeah,
Sounds good. Yeah, and I'm gonna be honest with you. The last two were so obvious who was gonna win, like Seth and Shinsuke. If you thought Shinsuke was gonna win, I'm like, I'm sorry, I can't do anything for you. like you can't fix stupid. I mean, I'm sorry.
But they did a good job in at least
a good job of
creating
the possibility.
Yeah,
But I'm sorry, I just wasn't biting. I mean, you're not gonna take it off.
Oh.
It's Seth. I'm sorry.
Well,
Not with Shinsuke. Not with Shinsuke.
I thought they did do that cutscene at Damian Priest wanting to cash in, and Rhea being
that
like, "You're hurt."
That I could have seen.
Yeah.
But if you're gonna tell me, oh, Shinsuke is gonna be him, no. And he did try.
Yeah,
and
I thought the match was good. There were a few bumps that I was like, "Oh, that's really cool," but that's super fucking dangerous. When Shinsuke came off the top rope, and I don't even forget what the move's called, but he lands with his knees on you, but he put Rollins through the table on the outside. I was like, I wasn't worried about Rollins really, because it's just a glancing blow. I was more worried about Shinsuke. I'm like, you're in a real awkward position. And then when they were up on the ladder for a moment, I was like, oh, this could get ugly. And then there's, that pad that was on the ground when Uncle Howdy jumped off the intro and missed LA Knight by like a half mile.
Yeah.
Well, that pad was also featured in this match. They had went through the crowd. Right now on the telecast, you see Rollins land, and they quickly cut, like super quickly, to Shinsuke's face. And then the next time they cut to Rollins, he's rolling around the arena floor. Now, I saw fans posting videos from the event that clearly show Rollins landing on that padded I don't know what it is, but that padded square, and then rolling off to the floor. Now, people were like, "Oh, can you believe it? This is a botch." And I'm like, "Did you really want him falling 18 feet onto concrete? Like, do you
Like
want to keep singing that fucking song?"
WWE fans want people to die.
I think so, because sometimes wrestling fans can be so fucking dumb. I'm like, everyone in the
This is
crowd
not
wants.
AEW. We're not using real glass. Shut the fuck up.
I know, right? Like you all want to keep singing, oh, his theme song, right? You want to.
Yeah. If you do that in real life, you're gonna sing it at his freaking funeral,
Yeah,
motherfucker.
because he's motherfucker's gonna be paralyzed for life. Like he really isn't going home if he
Yeah.
lands on the
If
concrete.
he
Like,
doesn't really have back problems, he's gonna have them after that. I mean,
yeah, because I don't need. You could take a flat back bump, yeah, but from 17 feet in the air onto concrete floor, no, thank you, no, thank you.
and if anyone's got a problem with it, I'm like, okay, take the move yourself, and then you
Right.
can talk, or you can shut the fuck up about it. I mean,
Or you could just enjoy it for what it is, as in
entertainment, not
entertainment, right?
not a murder.
Right, exactly. Because I'm like,
This is not a snuff film. Get over it.
yeah, I'm like Mick Foley used to take certain bumps onto the concrete, and even that
Yeah,
wasn't
Mick Foley is missing quite a few teeth
right.
and quite a few brain cells. I
No,
love
he's a
Mick
smart
Foley.
guy. He's smart,
I love Mick Foley, but
but he just
if there's one guy I'm like 99.9999% sure there's at least a little CTE there, it's Mick Foley. I mean, there's no way you take that many bumps.
and don't
He
have
got
something.
thrown off a freaking Hell in the Cell onto
No,
a
no, no, no. I feel you. I feel you. But
that man's got a little CTE in there.
yeah, but I will say this though, like even when Foley took those bumps, they weren't from as high up, and it really jacked him up. Like you hear him on the podcast, and he's like, "Oh yeah, that move I did it for years, and it actually is part of the reason that he has some of the ailments he has now is because he was taking bumps on concrete, from the ring apron, um, back in house shows that had no TV, right? Like he's going to a really violent place maybe too frequently. And so my whole point is that what the WWE, not the audience on TV, but the audience there, like, is that what you wanted? Is to see Seth Rollins maim himself? Like, like get out of here. Yeah, of course he didn't land on the concrete because they're not trying to kill the motherfucker. Oh, what's that, producer? Yes, the producer is informing me that we're having a bit of a mic issue, but it's all good. Our audio producer, Vanilla Wafer Wellington, we're currently working.
Vanilla wafer Wellington. Am I back?
Yeah, you're back, baby.
All right. Anyways, yeah. So I think, like I said, we don't have to stay too long on that one. We also don't
Yeah.
have to stay too long on the LA Knight, Cena versus Solo Sikoa and Jimmy Uso. The fact that I forgot who they fucking fought tells you how little I thought that they had a chance at winning. There would be no reason to put over Solo and Jimmy in this at all.
Nope. And
All that would do is like halt LA Knight's push. I mean, you're doing this to give him the Cena rub or the Cena circle jerk, if you will.
the fucking rub, man.
They say if you do it too much, you go blind. No, if you do it too much, you get a bald spot, right? But no, but like it was just always going to be LA Knight and Cena. There's just again, this is one of those things where if you thought Solo and Jimmy were going to come out of it, I'm sorry for you. I can't fix stupid. And I realize I'm insulting the people that are listening to our podcast right now, but I don't think I actually am, because I think people who listen to us are very smart and intelligent people.
Exactly.
And they would have seen this coming a mile
Exactly.
away.
The only surprising part was that the match took 14 minutes and LA Knight didn't get in until minute 13, but it really built up that anticipation for the hot tag. So, good match, enjoyed it, and yeah, it was predictable. But I mean, should it? Why should it have not been predictable? Like that's one where here it's kind of like no one wants to see Cena and LA Knight lose. This they want to put more shame on the bloodline. That way, when Roman returns on Friday, he can scold them or whatever. So it worked perfectly for everyone involved.
Yeah. So yeah, that was Fastlane.
Vroom vroom.
Vroom vroom. And next up, we got a Mr. Paul Levesque, and there have been like some rumblings, some little whispering in the ear of like some people, or I heard it on WrestleMania, one of the two.
There have been
It was either WrestleMania or What Culture Wrestling, one of the two. But like,
or a bird told me. What they
a little bird told me
a little bird
after I
that
watched
watched that,
a
that
video
watched
that
two
a billion
videos.
people have seen. But like, so it sounds like Paul Levesque has now taken most control over from Vince McMahon.
Yeah.
Yay!
Yeah.
It seems like TKO Holdings wants Paul Levesque in charge,
Oh.
and I mean, for me, this is a smart move because it is clear to me that Vince McMahon is kind of like he was a visionary in his time, but but his time is over.
Exactly.
The game has passed him by. He needs to
creative side
be
of
the creative side. He needs to be like less involved. That's just
Mm-hmm.
how it is.
Yeah.
And I'm glad this is happening. And I'm bringing this up because there was also a little birdie told
Jesus Christ.
on a very popular YouTube channel that the back room is absolutely thrilled. But they're in higher spirits than they have ever been in a long time, and I wonder fucking why.
Yeah, because Triple H is Triple H being the head of creative is putting someone who knows exactly what it's like to be in the locker room, both in good circumstances and in shitty ones. Triple H, came in and was immediately part of the most hated group in WWE history, and I'm talking not to the fans, I'm talking backstage, which is the Clique, right?
Yeah.
Right. So he immediately had that like air of cockiness and brashness because that's what the Clique was. And then, of course, when the Clique misstepped and there was someone to punish, Kevin Nash and Scott Hall were in a different company, and Sean had the title, so you can't punish him. So the Triple H caught a lot of shit. But that being said, I think it's great, and I think the locker room that's good for them. The morale has to be high because the idea is that Triple H is going to get you out there, right?
Yeah, and I think that if you let Vince McMahon be the top dog, LA Knight doesn't get pushed. If you let Vince McMahon be the top dog, you're not going to see any improvements in the tag team division.
No.
And I do think, and while I said before that the tag team division is kind of shit, it's still way better than it was towards the end of Vince McMahon's reign. Because, I mean, you didn't even have Sami Zayn and fucking Kevin Owens.
Exactly.
You didn't have the Judgment Day. You didn't have fucking the LWO. You didn't have a bunch of guys who can actually go out there and do their thing. I mean, yeah, you had the Alpha Academy, but you're using them as a comedy act. I mean, Raiders can put on good matches, but it's hard to watch with all those belly rolls. I mean, I'm just gonna say it, and now you have Imperium who can put on good matches. I mean,
right. And
that's the only one that I actually think might have made it even with Vince McMahon because they actually look like Vince McMahon's wet dream. But
Exactly. But that's the thing. Uh there's more pie available to more people with Triple H that there was with Vince. Vince would be like, all right, my top few favorites are going to get 90% of this thing, and then the rest of you are going to get scraps, and that's it. With Paul Levesque, Triple H, it feels like, all right, I'm going to clearly promote the top end. And until you break into the top end, don't bitch about it. But I will definitely get meaningful matches on TV, meaningful storylines across the board. Right. I mean, I went to Raw last year with one of the Raw last year in San Jose. Um, and it was not too long after Triple H had, like, at least at the time we thought Vince was gone and retired for good. He wrote that letter, right? So it was in or around that time period. And Raw opened up with Seth Rollins versus Bobby Lashley for the title. And at the time, Lashley was champion. And that match went like 22, 23 minutes, and then Lashley retained. But my point is, Vince would have died if Raw opened with a 23-minute match. He wants 23 minutes of posturing and talking, right? So yeah, I think it's a good choice. Good choice to go with old Paul Levesque there.
yeah, and I think it's hard to like make a good argument for Vince McMahon. I mean,
Yeah.
I I'm a Raider fan, and oh god, is it hard to be a Raider fan? But
Hey, you guys won yesterday,
we
so it's all
won,
good.
but not against a great team, and like
Doesn't
not in a
matter.
great way.
It doesn't
No,
matter.
sure, whatever. But my point is, like, especially towards Al Davis, the previous owner's uh, last days,
Yeah.
the game had passed him by. He was doing the
Yeah.
same shit he was doing before, but it just
You're right.
wasn't working anymore.
Exactly.
And
Yeah.
I attribute the same thing to Vince McMahon. The game
No,
has passed
you're
him
right.
by. Now, to
You're
be
right.
fair, Vince McMahon's behind the scenes was a little bit more grabby than Al Davis.
Yeah.
But
Sometimes you live long enough to see yourself become the enemy, right?
deceive yourself, become the villain who grabs
Yeah.
women.
Isn't that Harvey Dent who said that?
I don't know, something like that.
Oh, you either die a hero or you live long enough to become a villain. Something to that extent.
To be fair, if I'm not mistaken, he's a friend of Trump, so probably does feel like he can grab him by the pussy.
Oh, you're talking about Vince.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like,
Now you're all like Harvey Dent. You know he's a fucking
I was like,
fictional character, right?
I don't know if District Attorney Dent said that.
You never know,
Oh,
man. You
dear.
never know. We don't know what he says in the comfort of his own home.
We
Anyways,
do not.
last up, we got oh shit. Sorry about that. I took you off the stream there for a second.
It's all good, ladies and gentlemen.
My
We're here.
bad. Anyways, show this one up. Bray Wyatt.
Hey, Bray.
This is not necessarily about Bray specifically, but it is reported that WWE is planning on like continuing a storyline that was for Bray about a faction based on his Firefly Funhouse.
Fun. Hey, that could be something, but I don't know. The Firefly Funhouse and Bray Wyatt are synonymous, so I somehow struggle to see how a faction of the Firefly Funhouse without him would catch on. Right.
And I look at this and I see a very high risk, high reward type of thing.
You know what? If they do it more as a tribute and an honor, then I could see it being high reward. I could see Alexa Bliss coming back after she's delivered her child and had time away. I could see her coming back and joining a faction like this. Totally. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I could see, like I said, high reward if they do it right. But you run a very big risk if like it does not get accepted by the people, by the fans.
Yeah. Because then it
This
just
coming
looks
out,
like
then
sensitive or some
it looks like you kind
money
of
grab or some shit.
it looks like a money grab, but it also looks like you're like kind of shitting on the
legacy.
legacy of Bray Wyatt,
Yeah. I
and
feel you.
fans aren't gonna like that.
No, they're not. Not
Fans,
only
you can say what you want about Bray Wyatt's career. Fans loved him.
yeah.
Like he
Yeah,
was
they
he was
legit
great,
did.
great on the mic.
Yeah, they
And
legit did.
that's part of the and he did work very well in a stable. I mean, he was part of the Wyatt family, obviously, and that was a great stable. That was a great heel stable.
Yeah.
And
Pretty
like,
freaky too. Remind me of Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
and this one reminds you of Texas Chainsaw Massacre meets Mr. Rogers.
Mr. Rogers Chainsaw Massacre.
Won't you be my neighbor, buried under my
well,
face?
well, not if you have a trampoline and that comes with a man wielding a chainsaw. No, thank you.
I'm gonna find me a different house. But yeah.
Precisely.
So for me, I just wanted to bring this up because I think this could go very well or it could go very wrong, very fast.
Agreed.
So I mean, it does seem like they're prepared to go forward with it. I hope it works out because I don't think they're doing this in a malicious
Yeah,
sense.
I don't think that.
I just think they have this storyline that they want to do, and I do think that they want to pay tribute to a great wrestling mind, and I hope it works out for them.
Yeah, me too.
But
Good sentiment.
and on that same note, I hope that Vince McMahon is nowhere near this goddamn storyline because holy shit, that man has no tact. So
Exactly.
I'm just saying.
And I think most people agree with what you just said, to be frank.
So I hope it works. I hope Vince McMahon is nowhere. I hope he isn't even in the building when they're making this shit up. And then moving along. All right.
Exactly.
So yeah. So that's what we got for you guys this week. Thank you for hanging out with us, and we will hopefully see you next week, pending illness or mental or physical,
or
you never
PTS something or another.
Poop
Stress disorder.
PSD, traumatic stress disorder. Oh, that took a second. My brain is not working at full tilt right now. Anyways, peace out, guys. We will see you next week. Hopefully.